Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody to another What's New Wednesday. If this is your first time joining, this is Canva's once every 6 weeks peek into, what's new? What updates we have, what new features, what updates to existing features, all to ensure that you, our audience, know exactly how to use our platform to its fullest potential. If this is your first time joining us, let us know in the chat. And hey, everybody, let me know where you're coming in from. I love to see where our audience is from. It seems like it's all over the world, which I love. Also, I want to know what you're using Canva for lately. Let me know in the chat. If you're new, my name is Katie, and I am a design educator here at Canva, coming to you from our Austin, Texas office. My goal today is to ensure that everybody has the best understanding of our new features, our new tools, so that you can get out there and start designing to your fullest potential. So this event is going to go like this. I'm going to tell you about a new feature or an update to an existing feature, and then I'm going to do a demo. It's going to be a little bit of talk and a little bit of action all rolled into one. Is everyone excited? So here are the topics today. Really, really cool. Lots of magic features coming your way. So first up, we have photo editing. Just some really interesting new features out for photo editing that I think will really blow your mind. Then we have some more updates to the translate feature, which we first showed you for the very first time in one of the first What's New Wednesdays. And now translate has even more updates that I can't wait to show you about. And then we have magic design for video, which is a really great way that you can empower yourself to make video content without needing to devote your whole day to making video content. So let me know in the comments which feature you're most excited to see. And I'm gonna go ahead and start diving in because we have a lot to cover. But first, a couple of pieces of house cleaning. Make sure you are grabbing the handbook. If you go to the button above the chat, there is a link to the handbook. And that's going to bring you to a template. You can then open that template in Canva and completely make it your own. I suggest go ahead and grabbing that now. Our moderators will drop it in the chat a few times throughout the event, but this is going to have links to resources. It's going to have learn and plays, and it's also going to have links to some of our previous What's New Wednesdays. So if you hear me mention a demo or a feature that we've gone over before, you can go back and watch those events on your own. And yes, before you ask, this event will be recorded and we will send out the recording to everybody that RSVP'd to this event. So if you can't stay the whole time, no sweat, you can rewatch it soon. Okay, so let's get into it. Photo editing updates. A lot of our users start their journey in Canva coming here to edit their photos, whether that be for social media or maybe to share with their friends and family. And while Canva has grown leaps and bounds since we first got started, we do understand that editing your photos is still a big reason why people come to Canva. So we want to make sure that we have capabilities that are going to help you to continue to grow in that aspect and just, enable you to make the most stunning photos possible. So we have a mix of a few different updates here. Some of these features are going to be pro, which means that they are available if you're on a paid account. So you'll see which ones are pro because they have the little crown next to them and it says pro. So it says that in both the editor and the handbook. So those are those features. However, there are some really cool brand new free features as well. So yeah, these are just really going to help you take your content with photo editing to the next level. So there's a lot I'm gonna cover, so why don't we just go ahead and hop into the demo. And here we are in the demo space. So I have a picture of this dog, really, really cute dog. And I want to just make it a little bit more interesting, and I want to use it in a portrait style photo. So maybe I'm wanting to share this on my Instagram stories or something like that. So the first thing you're going to do is you click and then go to edit photo. So let's toggle over to adjustments first, because this is what I want to show you first. So if you've never played around with photo adjustments here, like you can change the temperature, you can make it brighter, make it darker, but you'll notice that when I'm toggling here, I'm changing the view of the entire picture. But if you go up here, you can actually choose if you want to edit just the foreground or the background. So let's choose background. And now it's recognized what part of the picture is just the background. And now look, I'm just changing. Ooh, look how bright that sky is. That looks good. Or just changing the tint. And then you can do the same for the foreground. So that would be just editing the dog, making him a little brighter. I love that. Let's put it back on whole image. Now those features actually aren't that new. I just realized not a lot of people know about them. So I wanted to make sure that you guys knew about that while we were already here. But let me show you one that is new. So now there is a new photo color analyzer where you can choose a specific color from your picture and only edit things in the picture that are that color. So let's click on the blue. And yeah, let's say we want to change anything in the picture that's blue to orange. How cool is that? Or maybe to kind of that green. I love that. Let me know in the comments if you can think of some creative ways to use that, because my mind immediately goes to, oh, I don't know, like maybe let's change the dog to green. Now he kind of looks like an alien. Let me know. There's a lot of really fun stuff you can do. But I want to go ahead and hit reset adjustments, bring him back to how he looked at the beginning. Now, let's hop into effects. And this is where the new magic features are coming into play. So I'm going to click Magic Grab. What Magic Grab does is it figures out what is the main focus of this image. And of course, that is the dog. And now I can move the dog around, make him bigger. How cool is that? One thing that I think this is really going to elevate is when you're wanting to add elements to your photos, you can now layer it behind or in front of the main focus of the photo. So let me show you what I mean. If you go into elements, let's say I want to give this dog some light around him. I'm gonna type in sun rays. Let me kind of flip that around. Now you see it's just in front of the dog. But now, since the dog has been removed from the rest of the photo, I can go to positions and I can bring it behind the dog. How cool does that look? I love that. So one more thing I want to show you. Now, this isn't filling out the whole space of the design. And I feel like if I were to move, I just like the dimensions how it is. I don't necessarily want to stretch this photo out to fill out the whole space of the design. So we'll go back to edit photo, and that is where Magic Expand will come in. So I'm going to choose the whole page. So what Magic Expand is going to do is use AI to figure out how it can fill out the rest of that photo space, the rest of the design in the best way possible without stretching out your dimensions of the existing picture. Okay, here's a few options. I think those all look really great. So let me choose this one, done. And then I'm gonna go to edit photo. And now you see it's just in front of the dog. How cool is that? Like maybe let's change the temperature. So I'm gonna change the temperature to 50. make my last few changes. And how fun does that look? So those are the new photo editing features. Let me know what you think you can use these for, and I can't wait to see what creative designs you guys start making. Okay, so another update to Translate. Like I was saying earlier, this feature, Translate, launched earlier this year. But this is maybe our third time to talk about Translate features in What's New Wednesday, because to meet your needs, our team keeps expanding what you can do with Translate. It's so exciting to see these features growing so fast. So let's see what they are. It's Translate for Docs. It is finally here. Previously, Translate was limited to designs and graphics like presentations or social media posts. But now you can translate Canva docs, which is going to be so useful if you're creating something like a blog or a newsletter or a resume, or, really, your creativity is the limit. The Translate feature allows users to extend the reach of their designs to over 100 languages. Translate is available to pro and free users alike, but free users have a 50-page lifetime limit, whereas paid or pro users can use Translate up to 500 pages per month. So let's see it in action. So back into the editor we go. If you've attended one of these events before, you've maybe seen that we work in a pretend wellness company called Nourish. And in this segment before, we've imported newsletters and blog posts. So here is one of their blog posts about why you should exercise with your pets. And as you can probably see, it's in Spanish. But we also want to make sure that this is accessible for our English readers too. So I'm just going to highlight the entire document. You go to Apps and search Translate. Now here you can see everything that has been highlighted. And from here you can choose your language. For us, we're going to choose English, but there are so many options. And Translate. And there we go. Now it's in English. One thing I will say, it will automatically just translate the doc. It doesn't make a copy for docs at this time. So if you want to keep your Spanish version and then also have your English version, just go ahead and go up to File and make a copy before you start translating. Another cool thing about here in Docs that while we're already here, I'll go ahead and show you, is you can now edit photos in Docs. So I can go to this edit photo, do all those adjustments that I was showing you earlier, use Magic Edit and Expand and Background Remover here in Docs. Another really cool feature for editing these images in Docs, or I think in most photo types in Canva, you can also now add alt text, which is really important because if you are sharing this design, if you're sharing this blog post or newsletter with someone who's using a screen reader to consume your content, the screen reader might not know how to interpret photos. So you want to go ahead and put in alt text. But let's say you're not even sure what to put, you can ask Magic Write, suggest for me. Perfect. Now, before we leave this demo space, there is one more thing with the Translate feature that I want to show you. So let's go ahead and hop in to here. What I've done here is I have created a social media campaign that goes along with the blog post about exercising with your dogs. And our team has sent in pictures of them exercising with their dogs, a mix of pictures, a mix of videos, and it has the pets' names on it, and it has suggestions for ways you can exercise with your dogs. So if we go over to Translate, I don't want to translate the entire page because Benji might be something different in a different language. I just want to translate the tips here. So I'm going to select specific aspects of this design, not the entire design. Tell it Spanish. How cool is that? So you could do that for, if you run a website or a social media page that has followers in 100 different languages, you could create this in 100 different languages. I think that is really, really cool. Now, one more thing before we move on. Unless you are brand new to Canva, you've probably noticed that Magic Resize is now Magic Switch. If you're thinking, well, what difference does that make? The functionality is still used the same way as before. If you were just wanting to change, let's say, this Instagram post into a Facebook post, a Twitter post, functionality hasn't really changed there, but now we just have more options. And I want to show you one that brings us back to docs that I think is really cool before we move on. So transform into a doc. And from here, you can say, I want to change my social media campaign into a blog post, into a poem, into an email, into song lyrics. Such cool options. But I really like this feedback option right here. So what that is going to do is it's going to analyze my social media posts here and give me feedback on maybe what was strong about it and what might need a little bit of work. So let's see what they tell us. Open doc. Feedback on how to keep your dog active. It gives you overall impressions, ideas for improvement. So I think this is really, really cool, and it's going to help you become stronger content creators or whatever space you're using that in. So once again, I know I say it all the time, but you are such a creative bunch. I can't wait to see how you put this in action. And lastly, we have Magic Design for video. Creating video content is hard, especially if it's not something that you do every day. And if you are starting from a blank canvas, it might be a little bit daunting. But now with Magic Design for Video, you can create engaging video for your audience much, much more quickly. Transform your content into short, shareable videos with Magic Design for Video. You pick your clips and you just tell Magic Design what you want to make, what kind of vibe you want your content to have. Do you want it serious? Do you want it upbeat? What kind of music you want in it? And Magic Design does the rest. If you are creating content right now, you know video is by far the most engaged of the types of content out there. So this is going to be a great way to share with your followers or your friends and family what you've been working on, what's going on in your life in a really engaging way. I think Magic Design for Videos is great for if you have a store and you want to make a quick hype reel of your new designs that you have in. Or maybe you just had a wedding and you want to take all your favorite clips from the wedding and make a short video that you can share with everybody that came. So many amazing use cases. So Magic Design for Video is a pro feature, and paid users can create up to 100 videos per day. At this moment, the feature is not available for students, and free users can try our Magic Design features up to 10 times. That all being said, let's see it in action. Okay, here I am in my demo space, and I'm going to create an Instagram reel. And right here, it's prompting me to jump into this new feature. So I'm going to click on that to create a video instantly. So I have a bunch of clips of dogs exercising. Let's stick with that same theme from the last demo. I can click up to 10 videos. You can mix videos, you can mix still images, and put them together. You need at least 3, and you can have up to 10. So let me grab the ones I want to use. Now, I will say at this moment, these need to be videos or photos that you already have uploaded in your design space. Right now, you can't pull from folders and you can't drag and drop directly into Magic Video Editor. So go ahead and keep that in mind, that you'll want to go ahead and upload all of your content before getting started with this. So then you put in your prompt, and I'm going to say, create a Instagram reel video promoting exercising your dog every day. And let's see what it creates. Okay, how fast was that? Let's see what we got. Okay. I actually really like that. There's a couple of things I want to tweak, but let me point out some of my favorite things. It pulled in my brand at the end of the video. I really liked it on the video of the dog swimming. It says, don't forget to cool them off in the summer. I really like the music. Now, there's a couple of things that I don't know that transition is my favorite. I usually like to use the dissolve transition. And I feel like that the text could be in my brand colors a little bit more. So I'm gonna go in and make a few tweaks. Like here, I want this background to be a color from my brand kit. And also I think I want the text to be from my brand kit as well. And then also I want to pull in my brand logo. So I'm gonna go through and do that to each slide. I'm gonna put it in brand and just make a few minor tweaks, but that's what AI is meant for. I don't think you should ever be using AI to completely create your content for you. It's meant to get you at a really good jumping off point. So if I would have started from scratch with this, I would still be pulling in videos, shortening them. I wouldn't be nearly as advanced in the creation as I am with this. So it's just meant to get you started. So I'm gonna go through and do everything that I just did to this first slide to the rest of the slides and get it on brand. I'm gonna jump ahead to the finished product. All right, let's see it in action. How cool is that? Oh my goodness, let me know in the chat what you think you could use this for, because there are so many use cases I can think of. And again, what would have taken me a long time to make from scratch, I got completely done in 5 minutes. How cool is that? Okay, well that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know what your favorite feature was, and so much magic. I just bet you guys are gonna leave here and start creating something amazing. Again, make sure you grab that handbook because it has links to some other really cool features and how you can start using them right away that we didn't get a chance to talk about in this event. We also have resources. You can head to the Canva events website to find more events like this if you'd like to attend. And you can also head to our design school where we have self-paced modules so you can learn just about anything that you want to learn how to do here in Canva. Thanks, everybody.